Today we're going to be creating these really cute winter family portraits. You can decide who's in your portrait. It can be a parent, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a grandmother, whoever you want to be in your portrait. That's up to you. Okay, you're going to need something round to trace. I used a cup so I could have a large end and a small end. I'm going to use the large end for my adult faces and the smaller end for my children's faces. I'm going to begin by tracing my first child's face. I'm going to trace the bottom of the cup. I'm using a Sharpie. You probably will want to use a pencil first, and then if you want to go over it with Sharpie or some kind of marker, you can. Then I'm going to trace my second child's face using the bottom of the cup, and then I'll flip it over and trace the adult faces. What you might notice is that I'm overlapping the circles. So I'm not drawing a complete circle because I want my circles to overlap just a tiny bit so it looks like the figures are really hugging and squeezing tight. Now it's time to start adding the facial features. We're going to keep this really simple and we're going to wait and add the major details later. So you're going to add in just simple faces. When you get to the adult faces, you want to turn the page slightly so that the corner is facing you. So it looks like their heads are at an angle. You'll see me do it on the video. So it looks like they're squeezing tight on their children. So follow the video, stop it if you need to, and just draw your simple eyes, nose, and mouth. Next, we're going to start by adding the body. So start down towards the middle of the mouth. You'll see me pointing on the video. You're going to draw a line from under the middle of the adult's mouth to under the middle of the child's mouth. And then you're going to kind of make it into a rectangle. That's going to be his arm. And we're going to add a hand with a small hook for the thumb and a large hook for the rest of the hand. We're keeping this really simple, kind of like folk art. So very, very simple. We're going to draw a line from the side of the face down to the bottom of the page to make the body. The next step, we're going to draw the child's hand. We're going to start under their mouth, okay, but down on their body. Draw a line up. Now this one's going to go behind, just because of the height, so you don't see the whole arm, but then we're going to make the hand with a small hook for the thumb, a large hook for the hand. All right, and then we're going to draw in the body of the child with just a line. Hop over to the bottom of the page. All right, next we're going to draw, and if you just have two figures, then you're done. If you have more people in your video, then you have to decide who's hugging who. Start kind of under the middle of the mouth. Go to the middle of the mouth on the other figure. Small hook, large hook. Okay, you can't see on the video where I drew the line for the body. Okay, and then you're going to draw the arm of the child. Again, we're starting kind of under the mouth. We're going to make a rectangle. You're not going to see all the arm. And then you're going to make a small hook and a large hook. And then a line for the body. It's time to start adding details to your figures. I'm going to add some eyelashes. This is me I'm working on. Some eyebrows. Okay, your hairline. So think about the person's hairline. Mine comes across my face. It's a little bit longer. Okay, again, this is very simple. And then I'm going to have hair that comes on the top from my part line. We can remember drawing hair from our self-portrait. Okay, just a few simple lines. All right, and then I'm going to move on to my son. So he has kind of fringy bangs, so I'm going to draw his hairline. Okay, a little hair on the top. Okay, down the sides. And then my older son has bangs, so I'm going to draw his hairline. Again, you're just kind of trying to make it look like the person. Okay, and then my husband, what really makes him look like him is he has a beard, but I'm going to wait and draw that in with marker instead of with Sharpie, but I'm going to go ahead and draw his hairline. It's kind of curly and crazy. I'm going to put hair on the top because he's not balding. All right, some little lines to suggest his hair is curly. All right, again, I'm going to put in his beard later. Don't forget eyebrows for people. Now we're going to start the fun part, coloring. In the art room, we're using some art markers that we have, and we have a lot of varied colors. If you're at home, you may want to use crayon depending on what kind of colors you have. There I am adding in my husband's beard with the brown marker. Oh, I forgot his eyebrows. So just use what you have available. Colored pencils would look great, or a marker. I usually don't suggest marker for skin tones. Usually it's better to use a crayon. And I did use a combination of crayon to kind of darken some of the skin tones of the people in the picture. You want to add any extra details, like I wear glasses, so I added my glasses. You can decorate your clothing at like ugly Christmas sweaters since it's Christmas time if you want to, or you can put the person in their favorite color. In class, I'm recommending that they use warm colors for the clothing, and we're using cool colors in our background. So warm colors are like red, yellow, orange, pink for clothing, and then in the background we're using our cool color schemes so it looks kind of like a snowy background. But at home students, I'm leaving that up to you. Use what you have available, use the color scheme that works for you as far as what you have available, because you're going to make your background however you want to. You can use just a solid piece of construction paper, you can color a background. We actually cut this out and paste it to our painted background in class, so I'm going to leave that up to you. A little note about coloring with marker. What you'll notice is I'm coloring in the same direction. I'm using the side of my marker. I'm not going in a lot of different directions. A lot of times I'll outline first next to, so I stay in the lines. But with marker, you want to make sure that you're coloring in the same direction because those lines do show up. And I think that's what gets me the most about kids coloring with marker. In class, students, we're going to cut this out. So what you'll notice when I'm cutting is that my scissors are staying pointed forward, okay? I move my paper, not my scissors. So your scissors always need to be pointed forward, and you're going to turn your paper as you are cutting. And look, I'm going very slowly. I'm about to speed up the video, but in actuality, I'm going very slowly as I'm cutting this out. The next step is to glue. Now, if you've been in my class very long, you know I'm all about applying the glue with a brush. First, you need to figure out how you're going to position it on your paper. I would recommend it's at the bottom, but you can turn your paper vertical or horizontal, just see which way you feel like looks better. And then you are going to, if you're in the art room, we're going to apply our glue with a brush, and I'll show you how to do it in the video. Okay, you're going to make sure you're going around the edges of your figures with glue. You want to have a messy mat, so it's fine if you get off onto the messy mat, okay? And then you want to put it at the bottom of the page so it lines up with the bottom, and you want to press those edges down really, really good. We don't want any flying edges, and then you can sign your name on the front with a Sharpie.